Anyone want to enter into medical coding? The basic thing they need to learn is ICD-10 CM coding. Hence, in order to help the coders who are planning to enter medical coding, I have started this back to basics ICD-10 CM coding. Last week we have learned conventions part 1. Today we are going to see conventions part 2. If you have not watched part 1, please go to Fastcoder 21 YouTube channel, and in the playlist you need to choose ICD-10 CM. So currently this playlist is having 104 ICD-10 CM videos. If you want to master ICD-10 CM, watch all these 104 videos whenever you are having that time. In the previous video, we have learned up to 3. So which comes under conventions for the ICD-10 CM. So we have completed until 3. Today we are going to see 4. Placeholder character. So if you know the placeholder character, please mention in the comment section of this video. If not, you can continue watching this video in order to know what is the placeholder character in ICD-10 CM. So the ICD-10 CM utilizes a placeholder character X. Okay. So the X is used as a placeholder at certain codes to allow for future expansion. So as all of us know, medical coding is having more opportunities, and in order to create new codes, we are having character X. Most of the time the purpose of this placeholder character X is for future expansion. We will see one example here. An example of this is at the poisoning adverse effect and underdosing codes categories 330 to T50. Where a placeholder exists, the X must be used in order for the code to consider a valid code. So we will see this guideline in the ICD-10 CM book. So if we check this series T36, so basically here T36 is the category. Okay. So under T36 we are having only 3 codes or 3 characters. So in order to complete T36 category code, you need 7 characters. First we will see few categories here. So T36.0 poisoning by adverse effect of and underdosing of penicillins. If you see T36.1 poisoning by adverse effect of and underdosing of cephalosporins and other beta-lactam antibiotics. For example, if we see T36.2 poisoning by adverse effect of and underdosing of chloramifenicol group. So if we observe T36.0, T36.1, T36.2, the fourth character is divided based on type of drug or type of poisoning. If it is penicillin, T36.0. If it is cephalosporins, 0.1. If it is chloramfenicol, this is 0.2, like 36.2. So here we have completed 4 characters. And also if we take this code T36.0x, for 5th characters, we don't have any opportunity to specify anything. So because of that reason, they have mentioned X here. So X is the placeholder character. In future, we may use instead of X, we may use any specificity related to this penicillin poisoning. So if we see 1 here, 1 is related to accidental, unintentional poisoning. 2 is related to penicillin intentional. So intentional means if a patient wants to get suicide, they will use this one. Okay. So next one is assault. Due to assault, if the patient is having the poisoning, we will use 3. If the thing is undetermined, whether it is unintentional or intentional, we will use 4. Okay. So 5 is for adverse effect. 6 is for underdosing of penicillin. So if you don't know the meaning of this accidental, intentional, assault, undetermined, adverse effect, underdosing, please mention in the comment section of this video So I will create one more video related to these things. Are these specificities like accidental, unintentional, intentional, assault, undetermined, and adverse effect and underdosing. So now we have completed 6 characters here. Okay. So as all of us know, if you want to complete any code, we need to have 7 characters. So if you see this one, for example, T36.0 into 1. For 7th character, we need to use ADS. A means initial encounter. D means subsequent encounter. S means sequela. For example, if you don't know what about this initial encounter, subsequent encounter and sequela, please mention in the comment section of this video. I will create one more video related to initial encounter, subsequent encounter and sequela. So for example, if the patient is coming to the hospital first time due to poisoning, underdosing of penicillin, okay, so that time you need to use this one. So what is underdosing here? T36.0 into 6 and A. A is for initial encounter, means patient is coming first time. So underdosing means basically patient took very less amount of the medicine which is prescribed by the physician. For example, if the physician has prescribed 10 grams, patient has used only 5 grams. So that is the underdosing. Taking less intentionally. I think you know now you are able to understand placeholder character. Still you are having that doubt, please mention in the comment section of this video. Next, we need to check for 5th convention, 7th character. Certain ICD-10 CM categories have applicable 7th characters. Just now we have seen correct ADS, initial encounter, subsequent encounter as well as sequela, correct? So these are the 7th characters. The applicable 7th character is required for all codes within the category or as the notes in the tabular list instruct. So basically, as we have learned in the previous video, 7 characters are not mandatory for each and every code. We are having few codes like 3 characters also. So based on the diagnosis, you need to choose whether 3 characters or 7 characters. Okay. So the 7th character must always be the 7th character in the data field. Okay. If a code that requires a 7th character is not 6 character, a placeholder X must be used to fill it the empty characters. For example, just now we have seen poisoning codes, correct? Where that code needs 7 characters. Okay. But we don't have any specificity related to the 6th character. So there we have used placeholder X. And for 7th characters, we will use initial encounter, subsequent encounter and sequela based on the medical necessity and based on the patient's condition. Next convention is abbreviations. Okay, so in abbreviations we are having 2 sections, A and B. A is for index, B is for tabular. First we will see alphabetic index abbreviations. So NEC means not elsewhere classifiable. N means not, E means elsewhere, C means classifiable. Okay, so not elsewhere classifiable. This abbreviation in the alphabetic index represent other specified. So when do you use other specified? When a specific code is not available for a condition, the alphabetic index directs the coder to the other specified code in the tabular list. So this we will see in the index. So for example, you are coding for angitis. Okay, so default code is I77.6. So allergic granulomatous M30.1. Hypersensitivity M31.0, necrotizing M31.9. So, and nervous system granulomatous I67.7. For example, in the documentation, if you find angitis other than these 4 classifications or these 4 specificities, then you need to use this one, other specified. Okay, so you need to use M31.8 whenever your documentation does not contain allergic granulomatous, hypersensitivity, necrotizing or nervous system granulomatous. Other than 4, if your documentation contains Angelitis, you need to use M31.8, which is mentioned as NEC, means other specified angelitis. Next one is NOS, not otherwise specified. N means not, O means otherwise, S means specified. So this abbreviation is the equivalent of unspecified. So documentation contains, for example, only angiitis. Okay, you will not see any allergic granulomatous, hypersensitivity, necrotizing, or nervous system granulomatous. Just in the documentation, if it consists of angiitis, you need to code I77.6. So if we check this one, I77.6, arteritis unspecified. Okay. So this is the meaning of NOS. Not otherwise specified means there is no specificity in the documentation. Here you need to remember that angiitis and arteritis both are same. So if anyone looking for APCs, local chapter, webinar links for free CUs, medical coding jobs in India, USA, UAE, join in our WhatsApp group. Group link is in the description of this video. And also if anyone looking to have training for same day surgery coding, IVR training or cardiothoracic surgery training, please contact us using the WhatsApp number 707-526-3939. Next, we are having abbreviations B, tabular list abbreviation. So mostly here also same. So if you see NEC, not elsewhere classifiable. NOC, not otherwise specified. In the documentation, if you are unable to find any code, you will use NOS. Any specificity, you will use NOS. If you are having the specificity, but that is not mentioned in the code book, you need to use NEC. So thank you coders. Thanks for visiting our channel. If you like this session, please click on like button to motivate me. And also still if you are having any doubts, please mention the comment section of this video. And if you are visiting for the first time, please click on subscribe button.